Welcome back to the scene with your boy Rebel. Your boy Rebel's now officially back on the scene. And today I'm bringing y'all a brand new build video from the one, the only, the Green Monster, the Shoe Breaker, the Shirt Ripper, the Disrespectful, Incredible Hulk. And then before I do this, let me give a shout out to everybody that subscribe to the channel. These subscribers, or just overall, I'm just flabbergasted by y'all. I'm sorry, because I woke up and it said 239 subscribers, and I went to bed and it was at 218. So confused isn't the word. This is beyond me. Shout out to my boy Ha Ha Davis. But no, seriously though, like I definitely appreciate that. Y'all don't understand, man. It from a gamer to a gamer, man. And I know y'all who's watching, y'all clicked on this, this video. I definitely appreciate that. You're a gamer. This game is so frustrating to the point where you wish you was on the development team. You wish you was actually in the game just to, you know, fuss back at us like, yo, bro, help me get to where I need to be, or I can't because we have to deal with so much stuff with this game, man. And Hulk, he took a lot of L's. He took a big L when they nerfed his damage. His one shot thunderclap. And there's a whole bunch of Hawk mains out there. So I already know before I even get to it. Shout out to my boy Incredible Harry. He released a video. He has a part. He's doing a part series with the Hawk, explaining the Hawk. So y'all already know. If I don't know something and I can't figure it out, if I can't explain it right, or you just want another better, different take on certain characters, I'm going to always leave links in the description below. Definitely going to leave my boy Incredible Harry down there. Shout out to my boy GeoKaps. GeoKaps has a wonderful Hawk build. I'm also be putting a link in the description below. So best believe. And there's gonna be a couple of, especially LaaJune. I mean, LaaJune has to go in there. He's crazy. My boy FKF Kings, yo, bro, you gonna be in the description as well. This is a shout out to you, bro, because once again, you guys Hawks are crazy. Me personally, I think I'm doing something every now and then, but then again, sometimes I'm not. So if I don't know, I don't know. But for the most part, man, I'm definitely going to be giving out shout out and love support, man. That's how we're going to do on this channel at the Rebel Scene Show. Anyway, today's build is Hulk Unbound. It's the Unbound build, and I say it's Unbound because I'm really not too sure how to go with Hawks in terms of how can I explain this? I want certain gear pieces to be what I want them to be, and for new players, you guys are going to get what comes out. You're going to think it's great and wonderful. For my OG day one beta, even beta testers out there that have played this game, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. There are gear pieces on this game that we had that had good stats, good perks. Then you want to switch up the perks, which is fine. But then you want to, oh gosh, you want to change up the hero stats. Okay. So on top of that, now we have you added some good perks for Hulk. There's this piece going around. I don't have it yet. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. So don't think I have it, and I'm just following along with the trend. Y'all know I'm trends. Yeah, trendsetter. A trendsetter always, but I don't have it. I'm going to get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to get the piece. I already told GeoKaps I'm going to get it, but I just don't have it. So it is what it is. So cancel that conversation. But anyway, yeah. So this is the build I have for Hulk. He's unbounded, so he can go either direction. Um, you get what you get on these gear pieces, and you build the way you can build. If you have a certain way you build, then whatever you get, you're going to get. And right now, we're going to go ahead and start with the unbounded build. So this build right here I like it. It's nice. But I'm going to show y'all two pieces in my range. That's going to be like, oh, man. And you're going to be like, oh, man. If it rolled the way I wanted to roll and how I'm going to explain the damage I'm able to do, then you'll see what I'm talking about. Today's nameplate is the 039 Hawk nameplate with the Super Fit outfit and the Bring It emote. I'm also rocking the takedowns of breakups really hurt and a study of perpetual momentum. So today we are rocking the flawless inspiration nanites, might, resilience, and proficiency. And like I said, with my algorithm and how I do all my characters, I try to focus in certain areas that I want to excel in others. If I'm going for a valor build, a might build, a tank build, which is For those new players who don't know, a tank build is basically resolving defense at its highest. You know what I'm saying? And basically, you're just walking around taking damage. But today I'm rocking the Flauntless Inspiration Nanites. It's a vibranium power based, gear with the power attacks inflicting vibranium damage. For those who don't know, power attacks are when Hulk ground pounds the ground. I think it's rampant ground slam where, we'll show it off in the skills. This has a 13.2% chance of melee critical attack grants a willpower burst. For those who don't know, willpower is basically just with your defense. But buff that regenerates willpower while active. And then I have a 12.5% increased damage from sprint and evade attacks. So the Dauntless Breaker, it's okay. I'm not saying all perks are bad. Not saying they're not worth it, but wish it was something different. Reason why I say that. And yeah, these are all at 150. Only one I have higher is 156. Cause I've been getting some. I have not been getting treated right in the elite rate. Like I seriously haven't. I've been getting all range pieces, and it's amazing how I've been getting more range pieces and not really been getting any good melee. So unfortunately, I mean it is what it is. This one I love rocking this one. If I really wanted to, which I do use, I switch up my gear pieces for the raid every now and then. I'll use Sonic in certain parts of it because they're not vibranium based, and then when they start becoming Sonic infused enemies, and I switch back to the Flauntless Inspiration Nanites. This one good. It has a damage buff on it. It's my Sour Ponic power attack. I said Ponic. That should be new. I'm about to copyright that one. But I want to also, this one right here, I want to also increase this one. This is a good piece. Yeah, it's an epic. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people all know it's a purple gear piece. Don't use it, bro. Let me tell you something. This one right here, light combo finishers, inflict plasma damage that builds up plasma status meter, and you have shock damage on a Hulk. That's stun. Come on, that's stun. That's stun damage all day. Plus plasma, which is a burning effect, battery effect. Imagine. Shout out to my girl Mecca. Increases the amount of status damage inflicted by all attacks while enraged by 22.5%. You think I'm gonna upgrade that? For sure, I am. This one right here, Omega Infusion. And, it has the Cosmic Surge buff. I want to upgrade this, but I'm not getting treated right with the Hulk. So I'm going to do the best I can with what I got. You know what I'm saying? So it really is what it is. I'm not even going to lie about that one. All right, next we have the Hive Mind Enhancer. Now, you probably looking at the bottom and saying, yo, you got a Vibranium and Sonic range piece. I sure do. It's wonderful. For those who don't know, the Hive Mind Enhancer, you get it from the Mega Hive. Small, large debris, they deal gamma damage, as well as having increased gamma status, field rate, and gamma damage dealt with any attack by 20%. Damage does not stack with other potentiator or breaker perks with the same status type. All right, so let me. They nerfed the potentiator because before it just said increase gamma status, well, increase gamma damage of any attack dealt by gamma by 20%. That was it. So basically, I could have stacked this potentiator, whatever the case may be. When it says with other potentiator, I can't have 2 gamma potentiators now and expect to have 40% damage. Doesn't work. And also, or breaker perks. So you see how this is a breaker perk? As long as it's not, according to what I'm understanding, I could be wrong. Let me see. Damage does not stack with other potentiator or breaker perks with the same status type. So same status type would be the same as gamma potentiator, but I'm thinking, it has to work for other gamma based attacks, but it's not going to stack with other different status effects to basically add to the Unbreaker. I could be wrong. Like I say, check the links in the description below. Maybe somebody has a better output, but that's my interpretation of it. If I'm reading it right, it's basically saying any other perk is not going to help with that 20% increased damage by that effect. Not overall damage, it's the status damage. Don't get it twisted. So this is the piece I was literally just rocking. Wonderful piece. All range attacks deal sonic damage while sending sonic conduit buff to other heroes. The sender's attacks infused with any status effect deal 50% more damage. And then I have the Bone Shaker's Breaker, which is 20% increased damage while Bone Shaker is active. Wonderful piece. Precision, resilience, and resolve. Wish would have had might on there instead of precision. I would have took that. Cause look at that, 31% added to my. Come on, man. Come on, man. That's just ridiculous. 23% added to my range base damage, which is right up here. That's just ridiculous. I don't need that much range on Hawk. Only you really don't need any, but some people say you don't need any. Me personally, you do need some. It does make an effect on certain attacks and stuff like that, but no. Then of course I had this one, same thing, Bone Shaker Breaker. 20% increased damage while Bone Shaker is active. They keep putting precision on this piece, and I get it. It's a ranged piece. I get that. Even with the resilience, the armor, I get that. But your boy LaaJune lucked up and got a piece that Valor and Might, man. I'm just sick to my stomach. But hey, it is what it is. But look, attacking an enemy with a vibranium damage that has the active sonic status spreads the vibranium status nearby enemies. So if I have this one equipped, along with this one equipped, I can do some damage, man. I can do some damage. I don't really care about the power level number going down. It doesn't phase me any. That's just affected by other players that see, oh, you got to Hulk it. Okay, look, let me show you. Let me just go ahead and put it out there. If I was equipped that, I'm at 167, right? Big deal. Who cares? I'm at 166. I was just at 166 last week. You see what I'm saying? So, look, I look at my stats. I'm not really caring about that. But look at the battery effect damage I'm going to get. I'm going to get a Bone Shakers. Basically, I'm going to get a Bone Shaker increase, 20% damage increase, with a Vibranium double leak, which is ridiculous. Then I'm going to have my Sonic effect with my damage buff. I need to upgrade this piece right here. And I will be just fine. Defense is good. Valor is still looking good. Range is ridiculously high because it's higher than my might, which is ridiculous. But for the sake of this build, starting off with this build, because I can switch it up at any given time, that's why it's unbounded. I'm going to go back to this one. Oh, Jesus. And I'm going to go back to this one. Now, like I said, that's the Hive Mind Enhancer. Next, we have the Reflexive Spark component, Valor Resolve Proficiency. A 19.6% chance parrying incoming attack grants a heroic charge burst buff that regenerates heroic energy while active. Parry ability required. Courageous Protection, 68.8% chance when critically injured to grant a defensive buff that reduces incoming damage while active. And Spin Safeguard, negative 25% reduction in heroic energy drain and negative 25% reduction in damage from spin attacks. So I'm only rocking this piece because of the Valor Resolve Proficiency, the hero stats, and also the reflexive spark. I am feeling that one. I definitely need that. I do have a plasma potentiator. Like I say, this does not stack with other potentiator, which would be another plasma. And it has a tachyon surge on it. Valor, intensity, and might. No resolve whatsoever. So I'll have to find resolve somewhere else if I want a little bit of tankiness. But this would be a nice piece to have, especially for a future build I'm hoping to do. In between the road, the 175's final build. Another tachyon surge, as you can see, is I have the gear pieces. I just don't like the way they look at that. Another tachyon surge with the cryo. I got potentiators, and I got potentiators like Eminem got different colors. You feel me? So it is what it is. Next, Planet Cracker Dendrites. Now, I think this is the gear slot where you can get that wonderful, beautiful gear piece that have Hulk in infinite heroic mode at constant times. I do not have it, y'all, and I farm so bad. I farm so much I farm for that piece. And I went to the snowy tundra vault. I went to the desert vault. I went to the regular raid, the elite raid. I probably went to Mars personally. Anyway, the point is, I've looked for it. For those who don't know, the Planet Cracker Dendrites, Valor, Precision, and Resolve. Taunt Breaker. So this is how I get, pretty much a Bone Shaker's Breaker without having a Bone Shaker Breaker perk. Increase the damage dealt to taunted enemies by 20%. Okay. This is how I get my damage buff. Of course, you have the 18% increased heroic energy regeneration for the support heroic. This is support heroic, not the overall heroics, but the support. And then you have the aggressive buff, 40%, 40.5% chance of defeating taunted enemy grants the damage buff that increases damage output while active. So there goes my damage buff right there. But I have to do it in the terms of defeating enemies when taunted, and I cannot deal more damage until I defeat an enemy while they're taunted to get that 20%. So this is like the knockoff version. Of course, this is older gear. This is back when the game was actually in its, me personally, at its peak so far as when these pieces was on point. But I do give credit where credit is due. There are some different gear pieces out there, especially with these leaks, status effect leaks, and all this other stuff. So they have it. They have their ways. They have their ways. All right. So now we're going to go off into the minor artifacts. So the minor artifacts, I don't care about this one at all. Besides the triple valor, that's about it. I have a 6% increased critical chance for mid-A melee attacks. That's cool. I'm not stressing about it. Until I find something a little bit better, especially that 200% increased perk damage. Ooh, can't wait to get that one. Then we have the double valor, which is 9.3% increased heroic energy regeneration for the assault heroic. So I have both assault and support heroic that have an increase, which is great. And the way I have my skill set up, I want to basically get my ultimate back. But you know, it's just, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get that gear piece just to test it out and to see if I like it. Which I know I am. I'm just talking crap. Don't mind me. Powerful breaker, 11.3% increased damage from power attacks. Power attacks come from, you know, ground pounds, hitting the ground, holding your square or triangle button when doing an attack. Those are power attacks. Yes, sir. Now we're gonna go off to the hero stats. Let me explain something to you real quick. Not gonna take too long. Gonna take a little bit of your time, but I have learned with Hulk that scaling might and valor, you do more damage. Let me repeat. Scaling might and valor together, basically in your diminishes and returns. For those who don't know diminishes and returns, you can dish out a lot of damage, but the return you get on, you know, basically overall damage and numbers, you got to be careful with these numbers, man. They can trip you up into thinking you got a great build and you don't. So when your might is lower on Hawk, I've noticed, this is me personally, I've noticed when your might is lower on Hawk, but you have a high valor, you don't hit as hard. Your ultimate heroics don't hit as hard. You know, it's different because Hawk's heroics are, if you look at it, they're might base. He hits the ground, that's like a ground pound. If he gamma slaps, he slaps his hand together. That's a might technique. The only thing is not might when you activate your Bone Shaker's Blitz. That's about it. I mean, yeah, basically your Bone Shaker. So I'm thinking, look at me, I'm thinking about the perk already. So my might was lower. It was at 84, and I had my valor at I think 580 something, 586 or 585, one of them. And then when I literally turned up the might by equipping the range gear piece that I have equipped now, which is Gamma, which I didn't want to use, but I had to use it just to see if I was right. When as soon as I equipped it, I was doing way more damage. It's crazy. Precision's at 84. That's perfect. But look, 84 precision, which is 1125 damage. That's why I said like whatever. And it's at 23, 27 range on my basically on my card, on my character card. Proficiency's at 125. That's perfect. Nice. Perk chance 35.0%. And then my critical chance is 28.4. My valor 595. Hero effectiveness and critical damage. So I have two areas for critical damage. One's for chance, one's for damage. And that's nice. It's perfect for me. Resolve is at 143. It was higher than that. My resilience, my armor was higher than that. So basically I had somewhat of a tankiness. Now I'm sitting comfortable, relying on making sure I use my intrinsic. And I'll explain that to you. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to that. No intensity whatsoever, but who needs intensity when Hawk can dish it out real quick? So far as getting the stun status meter, damage up, and status resistance comes a little bit from one of the perks I have, but I think it's only for cryo. 17.3% on ultimate heroic rate charge. Assault heroic rate charge at 26.5. And support heroic rate charge is at 35.3. Go off into the skills, y'all. All right, so basically from this build, I switch in between certain skills. I'll go over that real quick. I'm going to name the skills. Like I said, there's thousands of Hawk videos out there, but for the most part, I'm going to take my time to actually not take my time, if that makes sense. So follow with me. Rampaging Bone Shaker. Defeat 5 enemies while Bone Shaker is active to extend the duration by 5 seconds. You have the Savage Heroism. Defeating enemies who are taunted by Bone Shaker causes them to drop heroic orbs. I need that due to the fact I don't have that perk and that gear piece that everybody's rocking right now. Shout out 2022. You know, thank you so much for not giving me what I want so far. But hey, that wouldn't be life without it. That's why you gotta keep on grinding. Even on life in the game, you gotta keep grinding, man. So practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes better. Um, you have this wonderful. Now this is pretty much for battery damage. And I'm gonna say that because if you're looking to do a battery effect damage build on Hawk, which is basically what's happening, I think the game is shifting people to do more. Is more battery damage because other than that, everything on a gear perk now is basically an effect or leaking an effect or adding an effect. So, you know, this is to me personally, and there's nothing wrong with that because that's how I started building my build anyway, was off of battery damage. But then I started seeing you can do regular damage by, you know, just getting them numbers and them perks up. Just depends on what the perks are that they give us. But this one right here, you basically hit the ground. Boom, you have a little circle of gamma. It does not refill your health. Don't get it confused with the next one I'm going to show you. It just does more damage to them. So make sure you keep that in mind. This one right here, this adds an extra, you know, add an extra one of these right here, the ground pounds. Double Strangle grants additional charge of the Stranglehold heroic ability. Now I switch in between these two right here. Shout out to my boy Kahar. He did a wonderful job showing a Hawk display on the new gear perk as well as I think LaaJune calls it, what does he call it? Where you basically uh dang, y'all check out the LaaJune video. I'll leave the link in the description below. It's basically where you pop off Bone Shaker, boom. Pop off your Thunderclap, boom. Hit the ground pound, boom. So it's like you have to run this stuff consecutively to do the most damage quick as possible. And now that we have this brand new gear piece, you know what I'm saying, you can get your heroics back super quick. I don't have the Ring of Nebulon on, so that's probably one of my issues too. If I'm going to switch, matter of fact, I think I might do that. I'm gonna do that, y'all. I'm gonna get the Ring of Nebulon, and then I'm gonna make my own gear piece. How about that? See, now I'm not in my mood. I'm not in my feelings no more. Yeah, Ground Zero creates a field of a circle of gamma radiation, heavy gamma radiation. It regenerates 2% of willpower for every second for teammates within the area. That includes you, not just your teammates. But it's good when using this skill for Omega level threat, raid certain missions where you want to basically heal your teammates up, and it deals devastating. This will apply to my 20% increased gamma damage. This one right here has a 30% increase distance on Thunderclap. So basically, you're clearing out more space. You know what I'm saying? And you're doing more damage. Me personally, this one right here is devastating. The original Gamma Slap is devastating. The fault line is just basically concentrating it all in one line. So anything that's outside this line of destructive wave, it's not going to get hit. It says it does 25% stun damage, stun and regular damage, but y'all find me some, you know, some video that says it does, because I've tried it. I tried to do it on a Monica mission and it didn't do it. And I pushed my Valor up high just to see. My Valor, my heroic rating was at 7,000, so it's probably gonna be different now. But I'm rocking this one right here. I'm feeling it. Thunderclap heroic recovery. There's a 50% chance to defeat enemies with Thunderclap will cause them to drop heroic orb. So definitely check that out. We have the Vice Grip. Attacks with held enemies are now protected from interruption from enemy attacks. However, the damage will still be applied. They give held enemy. Why do I care about holding an enemy? No, I do not care about holding an enemy. But you know what? This is what they gave us. Hard swings. I'm saying this because I'm not a Hawk main, but I love the Hawk. You know what I'm saying? Like I love the the graphics, the dynamics around Hulk. So I'm in my feelings a little bit because I feel like they could have gave Hulk a lot more. And shout out to my boy Incredible Harry. You know, he's basically taking a whole different direction on explaining Hulk and showing Hulk's damage. So I'm inspired by that. But at the end of the day, man, I have to work with what they give me. So I try to make the best Hulk that I can and moving forward. Because once I get to 175, man, that's he gonna I'm gonna have to find a way to make him the best Hulk. So, you know, it is what it is. Hard swings, increase damage and impact of held enemies by 20%. Why couldn't it be like a, you know, increase gamma damage with all attacks or increase any status effect? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just how they did my boy. Performing the takedown, force the enemy to drop heroic orb, Yorb, shout out to my boy Doom. Rubble, thrown, debris of any size explodes on impact. I know Harry was explaining this one right here, the bedrock. Increases damage from small debris by 15%. Small debris, not all debris. And this is the large one, which is the wrecking ball. It does the same thing. It still explodes. It's just that it takes any enemy with them. I choose to use the rubble to clear stuff out, which is the explosion. But you can switch it up. It's no problem. You can definitely switch it up. We have the meteor damage. Increases damage by 15% when using large debris. It is a thrown projectile. That's why I have that equipped. I have the meteoric. Yep, I said it. Write it down. Take a picture. It is what it is. Increases the durability and damage of the large debris chunks by 33.3% when using the melee, light, and heavy combo. Then we have the rage and recovery. Recovers willpower by 10% while rage is active and while dealing damage. We have the enhanced damage. Increases all damage by 50% while rage is active. We have the maximum rage. Increases the maximum amount of intrinsic energy by 15%. Chance boost, it increases critical chance by 50% while overcharged, which is nice, nice, nice. We have the damage boost, increases all damage by 20% while overcharged. So overcharge basically for any character or most characters, they have the overcharge meter on the ends, both ends of your little intrinsic bar underneath your health bar. Overcharge, this is what that means. Especially it'll start lighting up with like lightning going through it. That means you're overcharged. And you do 20% increase more damage. My Hulk's intrinsic is weird. So reduce, increase the maximum amount of intrinsic energy, and then reduces the initial cost of triggering by 50. So I think my returns are diminishes. This is what I was talking about. Because I have increases damage. I'm not worried about that. That's for health. So let me kick me. I'm gonna choose this one. Because like I always start off with 0, and this increases the amount of intrinsic energy rate by 10. But this is a reduction of using it. Increase the intrinsic. When defeating combat is held. See, and that's only when they're held enemies. No. Let me see what else we have. Increases stun. Okay. And of course we have the hothead. Increases the amount of overcharged intrinsic rage meter energy gain for all attacks by 20%. So I think I was running something was canceling out. Maximum amount of intrinsic energy. Increase the max overcharge. Okay, so we're gonna try this out. Y'all know how we do on the channel. We be looking at new stuff. Okay, so as you can see, my champion board has increased. I've been working on Hulk. Of course, I'm at 164. Not close, but no cigar. But I've definitely been working on Hulk, as you can see. I have to finish out this one, the heroic boost damage, and the melee. Not worried about range. Somebody please let me know in the comments below if they fixed anything or anything is not working because I've been trying to fill this thing up. So let me know in the comments below. Thank y'all so much for watching, man. Thank y'all for being on the scene with your boy Rebel. Like I said, check the description below. Y'all know at the end of this video. Oh, let me say one thing. So I know people like want you just showcase the harm room. I'm going to do the harm room. The harm room actually is part of another set of videos I'm doing for the road to 175 with when I get to 170 with all characters. That's when I'm gonna start doing harm room stuff, like challenges and all that, like with my boy Yardrat and Kahar and everybody. I'm going to do the harm room. Calm down, chill out. This is just a quick little showcase of the gear and the perks and what it can do. It's basic. It's like if Crystal Dynamics was just showcasing off Black Panther. We saw some of the moves he was doing before it came out. I'm just showing what it is, what it does. When I actually start, when like doing hard room challenges, or I'm going back to the OLT or doing raids, y'all gonna get that footage. Y'all been getting that footage, man. Calm down. But yo, I appreciate the love. Thank you so much. Once again, know better, do better, be better. And as always, appreciate y'all. Deuces.